Driving tests are scary, so it can sometimes be a good idea to drive your own car rather than your supervisor's if it helps you feel more comfortable and confident. There are some extra things to think about though, like making sure that your car meets the right standards and you have the right kind of learner driver insurance. Here's everything you need to know. First, let's talk about the standards your car needs to meet in order to use it for the test. If your car does not meet these standards, you'll be turned away at the test centre without a refund. Your car must be taxed, be insured for a driving test, more on this in a bit, be roadworthy and have a current MOT if the car is more than 3 years old, have 4 tyres with no damage, have the legal tread depth on each tyre and not have a space saver spare tyre fitted, be able to reach at least 62 miles per hour, have a miles per hour speedometer, have a maximum authorised mass of no more than 3,500 kilograms. You can find this in your car's logbook. Before the test, you'll also need to make sure that you've got an extra interior rear view mirror for the examiner, L plates or D plates if you're in Wales. Make sure these are on the front and back of the car and do not obstruct your view. A passenger seatbelt for the examiner and a proper passenger head restraint, not a slip-on one. There are lots of other rules and restrictions if you want to use your own car during the test. For example, if your car's got a dash cam fitted, you must face it outside the car. And you must not film inside or even record audio inside the car. And you are allowed to use semi-automatic vehicles for the test if you have one, but you won't be able to drive manual cars if you pass. It's also fine to use a rented dual control car as long as it meets all the other requirements. There are some restrictions though. Some cars won't be accepted for a driving test because they don't give the examiner an all-round vision. Some of these are BMW Mini Convertible, Ford Ka Convertible, Smart 4.2, 2-door, Toyota IQ, and VW Beetle Convertible. You can't use a car that's been recalled due to a safety fault unless you can prove that the car was recalled and the work was done, the car was recalled and didn't need any work done, or the car wasn't part of the recall. The only acceptable proof is an official recall letter that's been stamped by the manufacturer or dealer, or that's on official headed note paper. The most important thing to remember though is your car must be insured to take the test. And don't forget, if you pass your test, you'll need to update your insurance before you drive back home. It's a little confusing, so let's break it down. When you get to the test centre, you'll be asked to sign a declaration that confirms your car is insured for the driving test. Because you only have a provisional licence at this point, the insurance you'll need is learner driver insurance. Not all learner policies cover tests though, so do make sure that your policy doesn't exclude them. Covers learner insurance does cover you for the test, by the way. Even if your learner driver insurance is valid for the test, it won't be valid for when you have a full license. So as soon as you pass your test, your cover stops and you need to update your insurance. If someone else, like a family member, is insured to drive your car, they could drive you home from your test. Another option is to get temporary car insurance, like Cover's hourly policies to cover you for the drive home. There are some age restrictions though. For example, if you're under the age of 21, you won't be able to use Cover's full license policies until you've held your license for over a year. This obviously won't be the case if you've just passed your test. Once you're home safely, you can shop around for a longer term policy, like Cover's monthly subscriptions. Do be aware of those age requirements though. If you don't pass your test, you can still drive home on learner driver insurance. Don't forget, you'll still need a supervisor with a full driving license to sit with you in the car. That's all from me. Don't forget to subscribe for even more tips and tricks. For more learner guides and advice, follow the link in the video description. Happy practicing and good luck.